Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Actually, give me 1 second here. I'm just gonna change the lighting a little bit. Alright. Excellent. So today I'm going to be talking about the beta cards. So I got the beta open right here. This is the Windows version. So right now in the app we've got the tools cards, and anyone, I can play against people that are in the beta, but I can't play against people that are not in the beta. So I'm going to be playing, I'm going to see if there's people on, and in the meantime going through the cards so that everyone that is watching can go ahead and see what they look like and what they do, and I'll be talking about them a bit. I'm just going to go ahead and queue up here with a new deck that I built. Which one I want to do? Do this one over here. Alright. Now, deck builder. I'm just going to start from fresh here. Oh. Alright, I'm going to start from fresh for real. Alright, so this way we can just look at them. Okay, so basically in duels there are 15 cards of each alignment. Now a big thing that is important for duels is that these cards they are designed to be easier for new players to learn. So that means they have there's airborne, ambush, tribute, and blitz, but there aren't any other keywords. And what's important is that even though these cards don't have any other keywords, they're still meant to be of the same power level as the normal cards. So if we look at something like Knight of Glory right here, this is a 6 offense, 10 defense, good cost, 1 cost champion, and it has blitz, so it can attack right away. And then when you play it, up to 2 other champions get +6 offense this turn. So this can give itself +6 offense. You can play this in a tokens deck if you want. You can make 2 of your human tokens bigger and then try and get in for, what would that be, 20, I guess, if this is 6 and then your 2 human tokens become 7. So that can really be a big swing. And you'll see a lot of these types of cards. I mean, I'm probably not going to go through. Oh, okay, I'm up against Sammy to death. Alright, so I've got a deck here actually. I'm going to talk about what this deck is. I called it Plinkers here, but basically what I'm doing is I'm playing a lot of effects like this that deal a little bit of damage so that we can basically get rid of anything by doing enough damage to it in succession. So we're going to be playing lots of these 0-cost cards like Fire Shaman, but also some 1-cost cards that deal damage directly many times over. So we have engines, as I like to call them, like this Hunting Raptors here, that are going to keep dealing a small amount of damage so that we can combine them with our other cards and deal lots of damage. This is a heavily Sage deck with enough wilds to play a couple loyalties and just a tiniest bit of evil. I'm going to go ahead and, the opponent's going first, so I'm going to go ahead and probably hold on to No Escape here and Fire Spirit, which would be cards you recognize. And these other 3, I think I'm probably going to go ahead and toss the Lightning Elemental. I don't think I need 2 0-cost champions that deal damage, but one thing that's important about this deck is this way I'll just toss all 3 of these, I suppose. I'll try and find a real loyalty 2 or something. Alright, what's important about this deck is I'm running cards like this. So 0-cost champions that do a little bit of damage when they come into play, or Fire Shaman deals damage when you play another wild card. And what we're going to do here is really just take advantage of all of these small effects that generate lots of little things when they come into play. Alright, and our opponent went ahead and played Drifting Terror after a Plentiful Dead, so they're going to have a 8 offense, 9 defense airborne champion and a demon token with their zombie token. That's Plentiful Dead's in their hand. I'm just going to draw 2. And I'm running No Escape because we can break a champion and then also get back one of our 0-cost pingers and then use it again. Alright, so we're going to be starting our turn here. Now I have a couple of options. It doesn't really make sense for me to draw here. I don't want to actually get rid of anything. Fire Spirit seems like a pretty reasonable option. I'll draw a card. I don't have a play to make off turn here, which is pretty bad. So I kind of want to do something about that. I could draw a card with Fire Spirit or Blue Dragon, and I could draw two if I play Garbage Golem and the top card on my deck is Sage. So I think I'm probably going to go with the Garbage Golem. It's likely I'll be taking 8 in the air here. I guess I could play Misguide Herald instead, but Misguide Herald would be pretty risky, right? I guess it's not that risky. What would be... If I got T-Rex or Chronicler or Pyrosaur, I'd be happy. So let's go ahead and go with the Misguide Herald. And I did find a T-Rex, that's what I wanted. So I'll go ahead and reveal both these wild cards to draw 2. And pass the turn. Now I'm not actually playing any of these new cards yet, but I am trying to just find an off-turn play to make. We'll probably end up playing this Lightning Elemental to kill the zombie token. But we're going to pass to our opponent and see what Sam wants to do first. And I wanted to do the Misguided Herald play, so I had something to block the Drifting Terror here. So it's going to pass back to me, and I am going to play this Lightning Elemental and get rid of one zombie token. Alright, that's a little unfortunate. The Lightning Elemental is going to be very good here because it blocks a demon token and survives, and it also can take down a zombie or a wolf. So I'm going to go ahead and take down a zombie token. Some people like to play that zombie token card that I always forget the name of that gives all of your zombies a special ability, and also there's evil buff cards. While it's probably their splash, they're probably playing a heavy evil deck with something like Wolf's Bite and a couple of cards like that. Alright, I'm going to attack with the wolf token. Now, I think I just have to take this 4 here, and then I'll figure out what I want to do. I'm going to be pretty much forced into playing this Hunting Raptors here, but that's fine, it's a good play. I might play this Rage to draw 2, that's another option. I'm going to go ahead and take this. I guess I could block this with a 5 with the Lightning Elemental. Oh well. This is fine. Alright, I'm going to block this with the Lightning Elemental. I'm kind of curious to see what trick is about to happen. What's also nice is I'm sure we'll see a lot of people just playing all new cards, which will be interesting. Alright, so we're going to take down the Demon token. Can't block that because it's airborne. Here comes Plentiful Dead, maybe a Plague. Finish my, Misguided Herald here is going to get a couple of interesting options. So, Endbringer Ritualist is a new card. It's a champion that has Blitz, and you can tribute, you can break everything, including itself. So or you can choose not to do that. So it's like an Apocalypse, but instead of drawing 2, you get this 12 offense, 9 defense champion with Blitz, and it has other synergies. You can Misguide Herald it out, you can Necromancer Lord, Final Task it. We're going to see a lot of Rift Summoners here. Now I really want to get one of my Pyrosaurs, since Pyrosaur will just clear all of these champions. I'm going to go ahead and play a Hunting Raptors, revealing the same cards, and I'll take out one of these Demon tokens. Could deal damage directly to them as well. I don't know if I have any clear... I guess I have Plague, 1 copy. So it's not looking great there. Maybe I should have just taken out the Misguided Herald. Not sure. Alright, No Escape's not a bad draw. I'm going to go ahead and use this Keeper of Secrets right away to just banish a Plentiful Dead out of the discard pile here. And then I am going to use this Hunting Raptors, probably just to take out the Misguided Herald. There's 2, what do you call them, Rift Summoners in hand, so we're probably going to see a Rift Summoner here. I'm going to go ahead and take that out, and then I'm going to attack with my Raging T-Rex. And we'll see what our opponent does here. I have the Rage, so I'll probably end up raging my T-Rex. I'm expecting a Rift Summoner here. Well, I'm going to go for it just in case they don't have an answer. They only have one card I don't know about, so. Yep, I'm going to just take a lot of damage there. And I'm going to go ahead and play a Sage card so that I get to recycle with this. It's probably going to be the Garbage Golem so I can refill my hand. Maybe I should have played the Blue Dragon on the Rift Summoner, but it's fine. We'll just get a body out there and draw some cards. I'm going to go ahead and recycle and probably leave. I can actually get back anything with Chronicler, so I'm going to go ahead and leave the Rage. And then I did in fact get a Chronicler, so there you go. I'm going to go ahead and pass, and then after they play something, I'll attack with this Lightning Elemental, and I can Rage it to take down the Drifting Terror here. But I think they should have probably attacked me for 8. I actually really like this card, Garbage Golem here. So the Tribute basically says you draw a card, and if it was a Sage card, you draw another card, which is very nice because it heavily encourages you to make these heavy Sage decks, which I very much enjoy playing. Alright, so we have some more bodies. I mean, I guess if I don't attack, then I get to block 1 Demon token. I'm going to go ahead and attack here, take down that 8/9. And even if 2 demons block this, then I can still Rage and deal 1 damage to them. Alright, that's fine. I'll just let that happen. Don't think it's worth spending a Rage to deal 5 to them. Especially since it does give me loyalty for Draka. Which I think I should have Draka'd here. I think I should have Draka'd and then also use the Hunting Raptors to finish off the Rift Summoner, but not a big deal. Probably use the Hunting Raptors on them now for the rest of the game. 2 damage. I have to be taking these zombie attacks because I can't be taking too many hits from these tokens. We did see a Plague there, so that means that they could break everything, or they could deal 1 damage to all of my champions and to me. In hand, we know about Plague and Rift Summoner. So they could play another one of these, break something to make 2 demons, and also a demon when it comes into play. They could also play the Plague and recycle both of these away to draw 2 and to deal 1 damage to all of my stuff. Do have somewhat of a scary board at this point. They have a large board, but it's not very scary. I'm going to be taking 16 here, going down to 5. And Plague effectively puts me at 4. So actually, they could kill me if they swing with this Rift Summoner. And I'll be forced to no escape. I think actually I already lost. But anyway. I guess I can Chronicler to block 1, and then yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to do about that. What if I take 10 here? That puts me at 3, and then I can use no escape on the Drifting Terror if I need to. It's pretty desperate, but it's going to be necessary. No escaping your opponent's champions is desperate because they get to draw a card from the discard pile, basically. If you do that. And in theory, they should be able to win by just playing the Rift Summoner and attacking with it, but they might choose not to do that. Alright, well, we'll go for the play just in case they're afraid of playing and attacking with the Rift Summoner. A different safe play might just be to play one of these 2. They might be tempted to take the Misguided Herald back and play that. Even though I do think that the Rift Summoner play is the play here, because if I'm this desperate to break their Airborne champion, I probably don't have a real answer. Yep. Alright, they're gonna go for it. Looks like that's gonna be game. Good game, Sam. Alright. So, probably just gonna queue up again. That way I can talk about these cards as I'm looking for another deck for another game. I named all of my duels decks here. Let's see. Could do the Wolf deck or the Sage Heavy one. I mean, maybe I should just keep playing this deck for a bit. All right, let's go over to the decks here. I'll talk about this one that I'm just playing with right now. Just get an idea of some of the new cards that are in it. So in this deck, one thing that I did was I really wanted there probably should be some amount. I mean, I guess we don't need that much healing. This is a pretty aggressive deck. So what I really wanted was I wanted to play a deck that had a lot of zero-cost champions, and I wanted that deck to have zero-cost champions that pressured the opponent immediately. So that's what this deck is all about. And it's doing that with champions that have a direct effect. I think this deck could probably use an Ancient Chant in it since I don't have that much in the way of card draw. I don't want to get rid of Misguide Herald. We'll leave it as it is for now. I might end up cutting the evil cards. That might be the best. Just do that. I was doing an evil splash here, but I do think that it'll just be better if it's 2 color. So we'll go ahead and put in some Ancient Chants. We get one other Sage card, so that'll probably be a Wave Transformation. So we have some kind of clear. I could also play the new board clear. Sage. This is probably the way to go. It just synergizes with my deck a lot. Alright, we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll also go ahead and put in some Sages per cost cards. So I need another 2. So it's probably just going to be more discard Battle Banishment. Could play more Pingers. Could play Muse. Let's play Muse. I have a lot of small things in this deck. Alright. Gonna restart this one back up. Which one was it? Blinkers. Alright. I'll talk about that deck a little bit more now that I have some time. But basically, what this deck is trying to do is it's trying to synergize these cards, things like Draka and Fire Spear, where, alright, you get one on the board and then it keeps dealing damage, and then now your other effects that deal damage can finish off things that are big, or you can just try and burn them out and defeat them that way. Now, something that is, I'll talk about some of the new cards in this deck. So I'm playing Chronicler. Chronicler is an ambush champion, although it doesn't look like it has ambush there, but it can return any card from your discard pile back to your hand. So it's a champion that you can use to get back anything. So unlike most of these types of decks that I make, I don't have a specific type of card I like to have recursion with. In most of my decks, I'll usually like to interact with my discard pile in some way. I do have some recycle, but I don't have any way to do things like returning an event or replay an event from the discard pile or something like that. Garbage Golem here, it is sort of like a T-Rex in that it could draw you 2 cards, but the more Sage cards you have, the better it is. So if your entire deck was Sage, this would just be reveal the top card of your deck and then draw 2 cards attached to a 9 offense, 9 defense. So I think this card will be very good in decks that are heavily more leaning towards that color, but they don't need to be completely that color, because basically this card will be worst case scenario just something like a White Knight. I guess it doesn't have Blitz, but or maybe I try Triceratops without Breakthrough. Usually just playing something that I can play to draw cards. I don't have very many in my deck, so it'll be nice to have an establishing body. We're also playing Helion here, mainly because of this expendability to deal damage to each of up to 2 targets. All right, here's another new card in this deck, a Storm Dragon. So Storm Dragon, the tribute lets you deal 2 damage to any number of targets. So usually we're going to just target all of our opponent's champions and them, but we can also do things like if I had a Warrior Golem out, I could finish it off, or I could damage my own Sea Hydra, that kind of thing. We're running this Lightning Elemental, so basically it's just another, we've got a couple of champions in this deck that their main purpose is that they just exist to be played and deal some damage and then be this minor threat that keeps attacking our opponent. So we're not going to be playing a lot of zero cost recycles because we want our cards to be pseudo threats. So our zero cost cards are going to be more like 1.5 or half of a gold card, in that we play them and then our opponent is forced to deal with them. They're not super circumstantial. We have, in the wild side, I guess all of the wild cards I'm playing except for Javelin Thrower have already existed, but Javelin Thrower is similar to that other card, except this one's going to be dealing 3 damage. So think of it, I think this card will see play in the type of decks that like to run things like Reset, which we could run in this deck as well. Could play Reset. Just because we have so many zero cost champions, it might make sense too. I guess we only have really 2 targets for it, but yeah, if you can bounce this back to your hand and reuse it, it's both of these 2 cards are going to pressure your opponent's health. So usually you want to do something like play Javelin Thrower on an empty board and deal 3 damage to them and then pass, or you'll want to use it to finish off. You can pass to them and they play a Muse or something, and now you can play your Javelin Thrower, take their Muse out, and then now you're the one with the threat. So it's very good against Thought Plucker and champions that are vulnerable to the damage, but also it can be played as sort of just a mini threat, and you can hold up your gold and force your opponent to react first. So yeah, that's the deck here. I did just kind of go on a tear and build a bunch of decks while I was playing around with the new version. Let's see, what other deck that I want to talk about? I have this Sage deck, which has some similarities, but what I tried to do here is it's similar to that other Sage deck I played. It's kind of like a step up. It doesn't play, this one doesn't play Steel Titan, but maybe it should. Play Sea Titan. Yeah, it does play Steel Golem. So this is very similar to that deck I was playing last time. So I guess maybe this will be a better one for me to highlight, because last time I was playing the Sage deck that, see if I can find it here. Last time I was playing this deck, right? This deck is a heavy, it's a Sage and Wild split deck that plays cards like Sea Titan and Steel Golem. It's just very big champions, big and dumb. And it plays both, it plays the effect that returns the opponent's champions to their hand for 0, and it runs some aggressive champions that will help us maintain a good position. So this is our Discard Pile Banishment. We're not running Amnesia or anything like that. It's also running cards like Frantic Digging because it runs low very quickly. And then we have these finishers, things like Deadly Raid, Frost Giant, and Battle Cry, which will make our team basically unblockable. So if we're attacking with our Giant Steel Golem or whatnot, then it doesn't get stopped easily. And so our I'm actually going to rejoin as with this other deck here. It is just the beta users, so if I don't end up finding an opponent here, I'll probably just play a couple games against the AI and then hop on to the normal build. What was the one I was just looking at? This one. Alright, so this deck's actually somewhat similar in design to that other one I was just explaining. Basically, what we're doing here is, so this is a good example because it's kind of like an upgrade, right? I've been taking the cards. I'm not sure how the arena works. You can see. Let me just leave this for a second. All right, this is random 60. Alright, yeah, this is random 60. Alright, I'm just going to finish explaining what my thoughts on that deck that I was just talking about, and then I'll jump into the arena here, because I do really enjoy random 60 as well. So, Sage Beat. So what this deck is I've added a couple of cards to it from duels that are appropriate for this type of deck. So I put in the Garbage Golem, and this deck is much more heavily skewed towards Sage. So what we're running is a heavy Sage deck. We're running Veldin from the Loyalty X because it's a nice punisher for our heavy Sage deck, along with the Garbage Golem. And then I'm not running the Battle Cry. It's completely Sage except for the 3 Flame Strikes, the 3 Surprise Attacks, and we're also playing Fork Jolt, which is a new card which deals 2 damage to one target and 3 damage to another target. So basically we're just trying to play very aggressively with our wild cards. And then one really big thing about this deck is we're not just running Vanishing, we're also running Disappearing Act, which is similar to Vanishing. It returns a champion to its owner's hand, and if it's not your turn, you discard a card. So you can play it off turn, but you discard Disadvantage, and then it also has the mode of dealing 2 damage to any target, but you can't draw 2 with it. So it's closer to something like Consume in that way. I'm going first here, so I'm just going to probably run out the Steel Golem. I'll toss the Keeper Secrets and the Sea Titan. Oh, you know what? That was a mistake. I should have tried to find an off-turn play. I did find one. So I'm going to go ahead and play this Steel Golem here and reveal the Deadly Raid and the Misguided Heralds. Yeah. And then we'll attack with 13 here. I didn't want to show the... Basically, I'm almost definitely going to play Deadly Raid on their turn to draw 2 and Misguided Herald on my next turn, so I might as well just do this. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and see a Demon Token block our Golem, sadly. Looks like Sam is playing the same deck that it was just playing. Now, I did consider just going for the Misguided Herald play, but I do really like just running it out. I feel like a lot of decks don't have a good answer to it, so most of the time what'll happen is they'll best case scenario off-turn clear it. Although playing an off-turn champion that makes a token, that's probably one of the best answers you can have to it, aside from something like a Lying in Wait, or trying to think if there's another really good one. Or a Surprise Attack, bigger champion, Surprise Attack Burrowing Worm, something like that. But we are just going to keep attacking our opponent with the Steel Golem and force them to block it every turn. Now, a big part of this deck is going to be the Garbage Golem again. We have a very Sage deck, so it's almost always just going to be a draw 2 cards. And then we're playing a board clear here called Soulstorm, which is kind of like standalone. So each player chooses a champion they don't control, and then you break the rest. So instead of me choosing which champion I want to keep and my opponent choosing which champion they're going to keep, we're both going to choose which champion the other player is going to keep effectively. And so it's very good in these decks that run a couple of really big champions and not very many of these smaller champions. Alright, so Sam's going to make a Demon Token with Blitz and give all of Sam's evil champions +1 offense and +1 defense this turn. So I'm going to be taking probably 14 here and go down to 15. And then if I was Sam, I would just pass here. Well, I guess then it would probably take 13, so maybe not. Unfortunately, I have some small ways to deal damage, but no big ones. But I might play as Force Mage Apprentice if there's another Demon Token in play, something like Force Mage Misguide. We'll see. So far I'm getting crushed by these Demon Tokens, by this by this Drifting Terror. Alright, Misguided Herald's going to come out, and it looks like it's going to get another Drifting Terror, which will make a Demon Token. So we got a lot of things in play right now. I'm going to draw 2 with my Deadly Raid. Probably do something like Force Mage Misguide to take out the Demon Token. I guess I could Force Mage, take out Misguide, then play the Sage card, see what I draw. So we're going to go ahead and pass here. This is the opponent's turn. My turn's going to start, and I want to try and remove these 2 blockers before attacking. go ahead and play Force Mage Apprentice, and I think I'm just going to draw 2 instead of oh, I got one of my wild cards. Alright, that didn't work out. Let's see, I could either return to hand with Despairing Act, or I could play as Forked Jolt, which I'll do this. So it'll be 3 damage to Sam and 2 damage to the demon token. Oh, wait, I have to cancel. I made a mistake there. 3 damage to Sam, 2 damage to the demon token. And then I'll deal 2 more damage with the Force Mage Apprentice, and then attack with the Steel Golem here. I could return to hand with the Despairing Act, but I'm going to hold off on this. So if there's any blocker, I could return to hand right now. There's Drain Essence. Now my champion is untargetable, so it looks like that's getting rid of the golem there. I think Sam's just going to take 13, which does mean I'll be returning one of these to hand right now. So that way I don't die. I'll swing back. Right now I'm taking 12. So that's a lot of damage to take. But we'll go ahead and return that to hand. Then I'll probably be forced to surprise deck out this Misguided Herald to try and block the Drifting Terror here. We'll see what happens. Don't really care about that 4. I've taken a lot of damage this game. Alright, I'm glad that that attack happened first. Go ahead and play the Misguide here. This guy's going to find a Juggernaut, most likely. Which I'll reveal 2 cards to draw a card off of. Frantic Digging is nice. I can discard the Ancient Chant and then recycle it away to draw a lot of cards if I really want. I probably should have just done that right now, in case there's some discard pile banishment coming, but alright, banishing is going to happen. It's interesting. The thing about Hurricane in this deck is that it kills the Drifting Terror, so it's not great there. I'm going to go ahead and dig, or no, I don't want to do that. I want to block first. I'm going to go ahead and dig right now, just in case. Go ahead and banish the Ancient Chant, and I don't think I have Lessons Learned, so I'll leave the Deadly Raid. But let's just go ahead and do any of the other ones in this prize deck. So I get to recycle, drawing 2 because I recycled away a Ancient Chant. And then I'll be taking 4 from this demon token, or maybe not. I might just Lessons Learned the surprise attack to cycle it. We'll see. So right now, if I Deadly Raided, ooh, might be good enough. What would it be? 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 15 is 19, plus 8 is 27. So I could go for it here. And it's off turn, board clear or bust, or gain health. I'd also probably banish everything in my discard pile, everything in my discard pile. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could leave the surprise attack. Yeah, I guess I'll just go for it. Play Deadly Raid. Let's go ahead and recycle away. I'm just going to leave the surprise attack so I can Lessons Learned that if I want to. If I get another Lessons Learned here. So recycle, prepare Force Mage. I'll Force Mage Sam again. And then I guess I'll just make an attack. See what happens here. Oh, my champions are unblockable, so both these keepers can get in. Alright, and looks like we win. And that's this deck's pretty silly like that. A lot of the time with these types of decks, you're really aiming for they're usually going to be close if you're playing this this Sage deck that I'm just talking about right now. And that's because most of the time it doesn't close out the game right away. It doesn't make these evasive threats. What it does is it just fills the board up slightly, and then eventually what you're going to do is play your deadly raid or what have you, or just remove their board, and then you can get in with everything, or expend it with ice rake, that kind of thing. So the opponent's going first, so you have a surprise attack. So I'm probably going to surprise attack out this garbage golem to draw 2 cards. So even though I normally wouldn't, I'll probably keep the frantic digging because I'll have a card in my discard pile from the surprise attack. And then I think the Juggernaut's better than the Steel Golem going second, so I'll just toss that. See what we get here. Yeah, that was pretty gross. Just a nuke. And that's why there are some Blitz champions in this deck. It's possible that this Muse should be Warrior Golem. In fact, I think that's actually more correct. But it's fine. It's this. I guess that was the other deck that I put the Muses in. Yeah, so here I would not be very happy to have Steel Golem. So I'm happy to have this Garbage Golem here. Go ahead and play that. And that's going to draw me probably 2 cards. Alright, we did. We got another Deadly Raid. So our opponent does know what we're trying to do. So what's really cute about this attack here is if I attack with Garbage Golem and it gets blocked by 2 demon tokens as a group, I can play Helion to gain control of the Raxa so that they lose their buff. And then my Garbage Golem will take down both of them and I can attack for 6. It's kind of just a silly interaction. I'm not even sure if that's better than Flame Striking it, but I kind of want to use the Flame Strike on Sam. So a big part of this deck is just the chunking. You're just going to get in a little bit of damage and then finish. You're going to get the finisher. Alright, so we're probably just going to Juggernaut here. Yeah. Deadly Raid's already known about, so I'll go ahead and reveal the Deadly Raid and probably the Keeper of Secrets, which is less, I mean, the Frantic Digging. And this will go ahead and get in for, probably just get in for 9. That's usually what happens when you play this card. The Helion is, one of the reasons the Helion's in this deck is because it's so effective at staving off a large board. So if I Helion, if these attack me, I can Helion 1 to block the other if I want to. Yeah, I'll show you the text in Garbage Golem, sorry. So it says, reveal the top card of your deck to all players and draw it. If it was Sage, draw another card. So basically, play this, and then if the top card of your deck is Sage, you're going to draw 2 cards, otherwise you're just drawing that card. So it's kind of like a different way of doing a loyalty. You're revealing the top card, you're basically drawing 1, and if that was Sage, then you're drawing 2 instead. And then it's a 9 offense, 9 defense champion, it's a construct, so it's just like, I guess I'm playing tribal constructs here because I have Juggernaut, and there's a couple of other constructs. I think Steel Golem's a construct, Warrior Golem's a construct, things like that. But I can pull it up here as well. I can just show you the new cards. So we've got Soulstorm, draw 2 cards, or starting with you, each player chooses a champion they don't control, break the rest. So basically, let's say I played that right now. What would happen is I would choose probably, I would choose my Garbage Golem. Juggernaut wouldn't get broken because it's unbreakable on my turn. And then, or sorry, I wouldn't choose Garbage Golem. What would happen is I would choose probably the Demon Token, and then Sam would choose Juggernaut, and then the Garbage Golem and the Raxa would be broken. I was just confused there. Alright, so I'm going to pass. So right now we have lethal basically on board. So Sam either needs to try and kill me here or gain some health or be able to block this Garbage Golem. Going to play a Demon Token probably because so that it can beat down on me. I might want a Frantic Digging here just to see if I can find a better answer. Like an Ice Drake would be perfect right now. Ice Drake would be very good right now. Misguide Heralds to find, well, probably another Misguide Heralds. There's this Dark One's Apprentice in this deck, which is an Airborne Ambush, 7 offense, 7 defense, so think Draco's Enforcer, but the tribute is deal 3 damage to a champion and gain 3 health. Grabbing Endbringer Ritualist, but not using the tribute, so it can attack because it has Blitz, and that is going to attack right away, which is correct for a few reasons, but mainly because if I play Ice Strike here, then my Ice Strike will be forced to block that. So I'm going to go ahead and Frantic Digging. We're going to get rid of probably the... It's so sad to lose the Flame Strike here. But Helion's also my best play, and these I kind of don't want to get rid of these. It's probably Keeper of Secrets. I don't have very many cards in my discard pile to recycle right now. I'm going to go ahead and Frantic Digging again, and this time we'll toss... Force Mage is also burned, so I don't want to toss that. But I am probably going to have to put Helion here. It might just be the Flame Strike, honestly. As much as I want the 8, I don't think it's quite necessary. We just got another one anyway. Alright, I wasn't able to find anything that would help me out here, which means I am going to have to use the Helion. I'm going to go ahead and use the Helion to gain control of the Raxa and have the Raxa block this. So we'll go ahead and reveal Ancient Chant, and the Deadly Raid's known. It was revealed by the Garbage Column. Grab Raxa for the turn. This is important because the Raxa is going to break, but also these demon tokens won't have a buff anymore. So this way right now I'm only taking 18 damage, plus I can block 1 with Helion if I want to. Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting. It is more, I think it'll have more of a home because if you have not very many champions, if you have lots of big champions, then it's much better. And also you can punish players for playing things like Misguide Herald and Wolfspite because they'll just have random shank lying around that you can choose as your target. But if you only have Steel Golem, then that's good. Alright, Sam's going to scoop it up actually. I guess Sam knows about the Deadly Raid, so presumably has no answer to it. Yeah. Alright, the Deadly Raid got us there twice. So, yeah, that is that game. Let me see here. I have one more game. Alright, Cash, what do you think? Should I play with the same deck or a different one? I guess the other deck I would probably try out is one of these. I mean, a couple of different token deck variations. Got a wolf token deck. Got this thing which is about demons. So I use a subjugate. This one's all about breakthrough. Demons. All right, demons it is. So I'll just start it up and then I'll talk about it as I'm doing it. So what I wanted to do with this deck is I wanted to use Subjugate. So Subjugate is a new board clear. Yeah, a new game. Or no, I want a quick play. I mean, it's alright if I end up playing a Dark Draft or something. Alright. But, as I was saying, this demon deck uses a new card called Subjugate. So Subjugate banishes all champions with more than 7 or more defense, so more than 6 basically. So what this deck did is I want to double dip on it, so I'm playing Subjugate, and I'm also playing, what's the other one? Rax's Displeasure. So Rax's Displeasure breaks all non-demon champions, and Subjugate is going to banish everything with more than 6 defense. So basically our demon tokens will be invulnerable to both of these effects, and most of the cards in our deck are just going to dodge both of these board clears, so we should be able to we should be good against anything that isn't also another demon token deck. That's the main weakness here. We're also going to go ahead and run 1 copy of Justice Prevails in our Good Splash, and this will potentially give us a lot of health. 2 demon tokens is 14 health, so we should be able to get a lot out of that, and Second Wind will give us some sustain. As far as the cards themselves go, we've got a couple of team buffers here, so Abyss Summoner will give all of our evil champions +1 offense, +1 defense while it's in play. Makes 2 demons. We've got Raxa here, which gives all of our demons +2 offense, +2 defense. And then for our 0 cards, we're also running From Beyond, which makes a demon token and gives all our evil champions +1 offense and +1 defense this turn. So presumably we can give our champions an extra +2 or +3 pretty easily. We're also going to go ahead and run a bunch of evil cards. This is a very heavy evil deck. We're running just some standard token generators in evil. We have Spawning Demon as well as Plentiful Dead. So these both give us a token whenever we play an evil card. And Guild Demon because it's a demon. And I do like this card a lot, so I tend to put it in my decks. As far as our 1 costs go, we're also going to go ahead and run Dark One's Apprentice to help us deal with small champions, because I cut a lot of the normal small health champion cards I would play in the 0 cost slot, so I'm just playing some in the 1 cost slot. And then I've got Drain Essence here just to help us against those heavy wild decks, and a couple of other just powerful demons. So we have Rift Summoner making us some demons. What's very nice about this card is you can play this, make your demons, and then the next turn, if you really want to play your Rax Displeasure, it can break itself, make 2 demons, and then you can play the Rax Displeasure to break all non-demons. And we've got Winged Death as well, which I have really excited to play because I don't play Winged Death very often. And this card makes the opponent break a champion when you play it, and also whenever it deals damage to them. So this is going to be my main Punisher in this deck. If the opponent spends their gold first, then you can get them with Winged Death or Demonic Rising, which is also pretty spicy, but it's going to break everything, and then each player gets a demon token into play with Blitz for each champion that was broken this way. So this card is really going to be very strong against opponents that are trying to wave transformation or martial law. So this is actually, for me, more of a counter to those 2 cards, as off-turn Wraths against me. Or if they play something like Inheritance of the Meek, it doesn't get rid of the demon tokens. I can play the Demonic Rising to get in again with all of my champions. This will be more of a finisher like Deadly Raid was. If we play this, then we probably won. Alright, and then aside from that, I'm also running Sequester in this deck. So basically, I didn't have a lot of card draw, so I wanted to splash Sage and pick up Ancient Chant here, which I often find can be a help if you're not running a lot of events. Even my 0 cost cards, none of them draw 2, so this will help me a lot because you can recall it and effectively draw 3. So I'll be spending my gold on this quite a bit. I've also got Sequester here, which either draws 2 or returns 2 champions to the owner's hands and banishes a discard pile. So originally this slot was Erratic Research, which draws 2 and banishes a discard pile, but I want to try this card out in this deck, so I am playing it here. We'll see how it does. I've also got Frantic Digging, again, mostly to help with the card draw. It also synergizes pretty well with Plentiful Dead. You can discard your Plentiful Dead or your Ancient Chant, and then draw a card and recycle something else. And then your Plentiful Dead will still come back the next time you play another evil card. So that is the deck. Pretty much walked through everything. I mean, there's a couple of other ones, but it's all pretty self-explanatory. And I say it does actually have quite a bit of health gain. So I think it'll perform very good against decks that are trying to play pretty fast. It might struggle with the longer deck games because you might run out of cards in your hand if you don't draw your Ancient Chant or your Frantic Digging. And no, I didn't actually ever play in the arena. Well, I think I can probably play versus the AI while I'm waiting. I think that should work. Again, I'm kind of committed now because I've talked about this deck so much, so I do want to play it. Here, we'll play. We'll go ahead and give the AI involve my decks. Give it the buffer mid-range deck. I don't know if I've ever actually shown this deck on stream, but it's a pretty straightforward deck. Has a lot of survivability. I'm sure the AI can play that pretty well. Maybe just you know, I could actually just give it that Sage deck that I was just playing, because I think it might just kill me, so we'll see. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and first, probably just Ancient Chant. I don't really want the board clear in my opening hand. Don't really want this pump my whole team card in my opening hand. And I don't really want this pump my whole team card in my opening hand either. So we're just going to go ahead and hold on to the Guild Demon in the draw 2. And I don't want to play out of these. I guess I'll just draw 2. Pass the turn. Steel Golem. Looks like I decided not to play anything on my turn. It's not very good at doing mulligans. Alright. What can I do here? I'm probably going to be forced to react somehow. Could just block with Guild Demon and then draw 2 by recalling my Ancient Chant. So I think that's the play. I think the Guild Demon is generally less valuable than anything else. Oh, alright, well. I mean, a lot of the time, Ancient Chant. So the thing is, like, if I'm playing against someone, sometimes I banish their Ancient Chant, sometimes I don't. Usually, I won't banish the Ancient Chant if they have a lot of cards in hand, because the tempo of recalling Ancient Chant is pretty small, so it's not a very good play for them, and I don't want to give them the card draw for free. So I'll banish other cards first. And if they have a very small hand, then I'll usually banish it just so I can see if I can cut them off of plays. You're just going to go ahead and pass here. I could even Wing Death here. I mean, it's kind of risky. But Sage doesn't have a lot of answers to that kind of thing, so I'm just going to go for it. I get to take out that for free. And I get to take out this for free. Alright. Oh, no, I got punished. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just pass here. What's the play? Just going to go ahead and shoot me immediately. Although this might be a thorn in my side. I'm just throwing 0-cost cards in front of it. I guess I could play Spying Demon and then bounce Spying Demon and that banish the discard pile. Yeah, it's a pretty good play. So what I'll do is I'll block with this. I guess I could also have played Demonic Rising to draw 2 and then block the Demon token. And then banish their discard pile. Alright. I deal 2 damage to me with Disappearing Act. I am not worried about that. Start the turn. I could play a Spying Demon. I usually like to just save it until I have another evil play to play with it. Alright. Yeah. Just gonna pass here. Then I'll play Spying Demon, Ibis Summoner on their turn. Alright, they're gonna start their turn, deal damage to me. So go ahead and do this. That'll give me 3 demons, and then I can block with one of my... I could block with all 3 5/5s. That'll cause me to lose 2 and take that down. And then even if my Ibis Summoner is broken, I can play From Beyond to pump them again. So it's a pretty safe play overall. Let's go ahead and second wind right away so I can see what I get. Start getting in for 5. Oh yeah, take that out. Okay, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and punish then. We'll go ahead and pump the whole team. Make a blitzer, try and get in with all of these. We'll break everything and turn them into demons. Making a demon token from a Spying Demon. The Spying Demon token gets made after the effect, so it doesn't gain blitz. And then these two will trade, and then I'll get in for 4. So basically just sacrifice my Spying Demon to break both of their champions and make 2 demons. Alright. Pretty straightforward play. I guess I'm just going to draw 2 here. Then I can deal 3 damage to it on my turn with that. Gain 3 health probably. I mean, I guess I might play Wing Death. 13's a little low, but I should be fine. Gonna gain control of my demon. Blocking it with Helion, probably. Okay, trading the demons. That makes Wing Death much better. Clears both. I think that's such a fun card. I'm really glad I could find a deck to play it in. Huh. Well, it's unbreakable, so I can't really do anything about it. I think I'm just going to spend my gold gaining 9 health here. Even though it doesn't really do anything to the board. I'm just going to play it like an inner piece. Then we'll go ahead and get in with this. That, yep, that can't, it doesn't do anything when you both have 1. And then from 2. Alright, I'm going up against Sammy to death. Whatever, we won it. We would have won that game anyway. I was about to win. Alright, the opponent's going first. Let's just hold on to this Ancient Chant. And I'll hold on to a Angel of Death and toss the Subjugate. Because if I have to play an Angel of Death just to break one thing, it's still fine. It's like playing a Palace Guard. You know, you get a champion out and then you break their champion. Garbage Golem comes out, gets a Vanishing, draws a card. Interesting. I wonder if Sammy to Death just tried to make a deck that was like mine. Warrior Golem's going to gain Blitz here and attack for 4. Wait till he sees I made a deck just like his. I guess I'll draw 2 and just break everything on my next turn. Good from beyond, trade in, but it's really not worth it. I mean, this represents 12 right now if I just played both on my turn and attacked. Plus another just 5 here, that's 17 potentially. I'm probably just going to Angel of Death though. I'm going to hide the fact that I'm playing a demon deck and just reveal probably Raxa and Wing Death. I don't know if I want to reveal Wing Death. The other option is Raxa to break the Warrior Golem, making 2 demons, which is also good because there's no recycle. So go ahead and do that. Just go ahead and reveal Angel of Death and Wing Death, I think. I want to hide all of my free damage, basically. I want to hide the fact that I can just nuke for 20 or so. I mean, it's not exactly 20, but it's what, 6, 12, plus 5 is 17, plus each champion pumped gets 2. So if we have 2 champions out, it's 21. If everything gets in. And I have to play both of these at the same time. Okay, just going to draw 2. I really like Vanishing. But definitely sometimes doesn't do very much. It's not very good here. You don't really want to return any of these. And you don't usually want to play it. Garbage Golem is not the kind of card that you want. You want most of your cards to be fast. So Sea Titan is okay. It's a pretty slow card. It's pretty much as slow as it gets. But Juggernaut, on the other hand, that's the kind of card that you want Vanishing with. Vanishing their Brachiosaurus they block with, and your Breakthrough gets in. Or cards like Veldin. That's a good card to go along with Vanishing. Just keep their hand full of their cards in hand, and then you can keep getting in. Ambush Champions. It's almost like Blitz. You play it on their turn, and then you can attack right away. That's what Sam does here. Shadow Imp's coming out. Gonna attack me for 2. Unblockable. I'll take the 2. I'm expecting that Sam was just trying to figure out what to do, but it's probably going to be something like attack for 2 and then play Misguide Herald. If Sam played, what's it called? Soulstorm right here, that would be bad because I could choose the Shadow Imp. It doesn't actually get returned until after the card finishes. Alright. Ooh, this is nice. Let's go ahead and From Beyond, and then we'll block with all 3 in case Sam has removal for 1. Now that the gold's spent, don't have to worry about it. Banish my discard pile, gain 1 health, and I draw a card from the Ancient Chant. Probably could have just used the Ancient Chant right away there. See what happens with this. Probably just end up drawing 2 with Thrax's Displeasure, I suppose. Both of these 2 cards are known about. even though this would be a great card to play on my turn, it's more important to spend my gold. I should have recalled the Ancient Chant right away. That was a mistake on my part. Now I might just go for the massive Xanos and just Xanos for 7. It's probably going to be the play. Go ahead and just gain a lot. I have another one. Man, my zombies are going to be so large. Yeah, let's just play it. Reveal the entire hand. I don't have an off-turn play, do I? It's not great. I don't want Xanos and reveal that I have no off-turn play. Even though it is a very big Xanos. Probably just replay Raxa then. Could Angel of Death? I might just Angel of Death then. It's an off-turn play that would make me sad. Pretty much anything. Alright, we'll Raxa. I'll make 2 demons and I'll pass. And then if nothing happens here, I can group attack with 2 demons and then threaten to play From Beyond. But yeah, actually losing that Ancient Chant in my discard pile is really punishing. I was just explaining how as long as I have this Ancient Chant in my discard pile, I won't have any draw problems. Oh no, Ice Drake. How could you do this to me? Alright, well, we're passing. I'm gonna have to block the Kong with something and I'll take 6. So what's the card I don't care about? I mean, right now it's definitely spawning Demon. So that's probably the one I'll toss in the way. I can guess that Angel. Oh, so the whole team about to gain unblockable? What's that? 19 plus 4 is 23, plus 4 is 27. Uh-oh. I'm dead to Deadly Raid. Oh man. Alright, well, live by the Deadly Raid, die by the Deadly Raid. It was a good game. Hosted by my own petard, no kidding, Cash. Oh man. I taught Sam too well, apparently. Good game. Alright. Well, that's going to be the end of the stream here, but hope you got to get a look into duels. And maybe I'll try and set up something that's a bit more structured. I can play some of these decks against each other, or if any of you have an idea for a deck that you'd like to see built using the duels cards, then you can let me know at the beginning of the stream next time, and I'll build one. Otherwise, that'll be all, and I hope that you all have a good week. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'll probably be swapping a bit, but this will be integrated into the physical pretty quickly, so it won't be that long until I can enter the arena. And yeah, exactly. Yeah, Dark Draft will be interesting, and Random 30 will be interesting. It'll just be kind of something that you get to do. I think for me, Random 30 is something that it's definitely the least interesting of the formats to me, because I know all the cards really well, so there's less interactions that I haven't seen before, and it'll be nice to see what players try to combine as far as new cards and old cards go. But anyway, signing off, and have some good games.